You know, my friends, something strange, something weird, something incredible, something a little bit eerie happened recently. And you know what? Even I struggle to believe it. Here's the thing. This is what happened. My bosso, my line manager, my boss at work, whatever you want to call him, he's got several names, they're not all complimentary. But my bosso was in a good mood. Oh, just like me, you're thinking, no way. Yes way, he was in a good mood. Now let me just try and explain. If you've been here before, you're probably aware of what my bosso is like, okay? If you're new, I perhaps need to explain to you. Now my bosso, he's not the most jolly chap, okay, putting it mildly. On a Monday morning, right, if you try and have any conversation with him, you just get thrown out of his office, okay? He scarcely talks to you, just sort of points at the door or actually throws you out. That's how bad it is, right? Okay. Normally, by lunchtime on Wednesday, you can almost, and I say almost have a reasonable conversation with him. Sort of Tuesday, you sort of get Neanderthal grunts, and then Wednesday lunchtime, I mean, he sort of thaws out. And suddenly you're going, wait a minute, I'm having a conversation with him and he's not throwing me out of his office and he's not just pointing at the door, he's actually conversing with me. Okay, now, it's a rare, once in a lifetime opportunity. In fact, yeah, it's a bit like waiting for Halley's Comet for him to be in a good mood. And this is what's happened. Right, a few weeks ago, in the evening, it's about, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, I got a WhatsApp from him. And I've got my phone, I'm like, what? He says, Leggy, have you seen that there's a new Paco Rabanne Phantom launched? And I was like, all right, honestly, I nearly got a friction burn on my phone trying to get on Paco Rabanne's website because I'm a massive, humongous, even bigger than normal fan of Phantom. The original, where's the original? The Parfum, the Intense, and now, look at this one. If you're bothered about the packaging, it looks like, this is what, I'll tell you what it looks like. You know, I'm all about packaging, aren't I? Okay, it looks like Parfum has been dipped in the silver that is left over from painting the original Phantom. Okay, so it's a hybrid. Okay, it has been dipped in the silver. They haven't got enough silver and they haven't got enough black. It's a halfway house, so it's half silver is half black. And this one, my friends, when I got on the Paco Rabanne's website, it was like, yeah, it's just come out in the UK, right? This was a few weeks back, and it is called Paco Rabanne Phantom ELIXIR. Now I jokingly said to my boss, when I got the Intense, that's this one, black and sort of blue, when I got that, I jokingly said to him, you know what, the next one's going to be ELIXIR. Alright, I'm going to jokingly say the next one is going to be Phantom Absolute or Absolute. Maybe it won't be, maybe it will be. Anyway, I got this one forecasted right. So this one, my friends, has just launched, okay, new for 2025, okay. You might already have it in America, okay, in other parts of the world, but we just got this about 3-4 weeks ago here in the UK. And it kind of looks similar to the rest of them. Is it going to smell similar? I don't know. Yes, I do actually. I've been wearing it for about 3 weeks. Anyway, he was in such a good mood. Okay, yeah, we need to go back to this evening when he was in a good mood. Capture this moment. Yes. So I got the WhatsApp. He told me, I went on the website, and by the time I'd gone on the website, he sent me another WhatsApp and he said, what do you reckon, Leggy? Anyway, of course, I was already on Paco Rabanne going, oh, yes. Those are some weird notes, because I looked at the notes, I don't normally do that. And I was like, yeah. And I jokingly WhatsApped him back and said, you've got enough money, bosso, why don't you buy it? Just joking. Next thing you know, he sends me a screenshot and he's bought it. And I'm like, whoa. All right, he's got money, yay. Okay, here's the thing. So he bought this one, because this is his bottle. He bought the 100ml, which is an eye-watering 150 113 British pounds here in the UK. 113 pounds for a designer fragrance, 100 mil. Man, the world's gone mad. All right, okay. It's because it's supposed to be like intense. It's elixir, you know, they can charge what they want. Okay. 113 pounds buys this. It is called a Parfum Intense. Okay, it's Phantom Elixir, and it is a Parfum Intense, ultra strong. Okay, we'll come to that in a bit. He also, he's a clever lad, he also got this 10mm miniature one, okay, which he gifted to me. You know what, he's not such a bad guy. And I've always said to him, a couple of little lifestyle changes and he could be a nice guy all the time. Okay, he then got this one, the sample, which is good because, and we're going to go through this in a bit, it's got the ingredients in there. He also got some kind of travel bag, which he hasn't shown me, but I saw it on the picture. He's got some kind of travel bag. And he also got this sample of Rabanne After Club. Okay, and we'll come to that at some point. I must admit, I've smelt it, I've worn it. It hasn't done a massive amount for me, but we will review it at some point when we get a chance. Okay, so he bought all that stuff. No, he bought the fragrance, he got all those gifty things, and the only thing that I was really interested in is the 10mm that he's given to me. Now, he says to me, Leggy, he said, you can have the 10mm, you can spray that, you can wear that. He says, but when I lend you the bottle for the review, he says, you're not allowed to spray it. Well, he says, maybe just on the review. And of course, I haven't sprayed this Bosso. No, I haven't sprayed it at all. Just a couple of times. So, for the last 3 weeks, I have been wearing Phantom Elixir. Now, let me try and tell you what it is all about. Okay, quick recap. And you say, Leggy, you don't do anything quickly. All right, grab yourself a beer, get some popcorn, sit down, make yourself comfortable, because my reviews are never short. They're always just pure waffle. You know, I sometimes get comments saying, Leggy, get to the point. Okay. Anyway, if I talk about fragrances, it's going to inspire you to wear a good one every day. And that's the idea of it. So, where are we at? The original Phantom, okay, from Paco Rabanne, the original EDT, silver bitty robot, okay, this one is a bit on the wacky side, okay, it's extreme. The lavender is so extreme, it's kind of metallic-y, the lemon's so extreme, and the vanilla is extreme. Quite a simple fragrance, but this one, I can understand why some guys smell it and just go, oh, it's a bit weird. Okay, it is a little bit sort of wacky, okay, but then, I mean, even the bottle tells you, it's some kind of weird brain behind this, okay. Then, became so that's an EDT, and I've got to be honest, out of all of them, that on my skin projects the most. Okay, crazy, because the others are all perfumed and perfume intenses and all that sort of stuff. The original EDT, I find that for me it radiates. Well, I'm actually using the word projection. The original projects massively off my skin. Absolutely love it to bits. Next came the sort of satin black bitty robot thing. Okay, now that is kind of more of the same of the EDT. They've inserted a bit of rhubarb, which you're going to say, oh, that's going to make it tangy. No, this is way smoother. It's almost like that one's like, you know, letting the dogs out, and then they've just turned it down a bit. They've smoothed it. They've made it stronger, and whilst it doesn't project as much as the original on my skin, this one just chugs along all day. This one is absolutely gorgeous, and if you're going to push me as to which is my favourite Phantom, it would be this one, the Parfum. Love it to bits. Then came Phantom Intense. I don't know if you can tell it, but it's got like a blueness to the black. Okay, it's black and blue all over. Okay, now this essentially is the Parfum, Phantom Parfum, with a massive dose of sexy, rich amber. Okay, this is possibly the most sexy of them all. Okay, this one is absolutely stunning. Not perhaps the best performance, sits quite close, but like the Parfum, it just chugs along, and it's sort of quite a close scent bubble for pretty much all of the day. And then of course this one, and you're going to say, Leggy mate, I wish I could have skipped all that waffle and just got to this one. It's It's not the way we work around here. Okay, so this one, Phantom ELIXIR Perfume Intense. Okay, let me spray it and let me tell you where it sits in amongst the Phantom gang and where it sits in fragrances in general. First of all, it is as gorgeous as the rest. Okay, now you're going to say, Leggy, Phantom's not for everyone, and I fully agree. Phantom is not for everyone, perhaps more so the original one. Okay, if you struggle with the original, I get that. That's wacky, that's extreme, and that's off the beaten track. Okay, it's not perhaps 100% wearable for everyone. The Phantom Perfume, that's a smooth operator, and the Phantom Intense, incredibly wearable. Okay, this one, initially, you kind of just get this Phantom Perfume, okay? And for the most part, for the first 10, 15, 20, sometimes 25 minutes, you kind of think you've just you've just sprayed the perfume, the satin black bottle, okay? Okay. And if I smelt it as it is now, I'd go, oh, which one did I spray? Did I spray the new ELIXIR or did I spray the perfume? All right, let me tell you, this is what happens. Around about 30 minutes in, this changes from being almost 100% perfume to perfume with a twist. Now, whereas that's perfume with an ambery twist, this is perfume with a sort of an incensey kind of twist. Now, it isn't incense, and if I hadn't looked up the notes and been all professional on Paco Rabanne's website, I would just assume that this is incense. I tell you what, after about 20 minutes, this is what it smells like to me. It smells like incense that's absolutely smothered in vanilla, okay? That, in layman's terms, that's what this smells like. It has like an incensey kind of vibe, smothered in vanilla. This one is an absolutely stunning fragrance, okay? And like the other two, the perfume and the intense, it's an incredibly very wearable one. But what I would say is maybe this is more for slightly cooler weather. Not, you know, here in the UK, all of our weather's quite cool, so we can wear this all year round. But if you're in a hot country, like, you know, it's mega hot, perhaps not this one so much in the mega heat. Okay, so it isn't incense, but to my nose, I kind of detect incense. Now, where's my instructions? Here we go. I was very glad that you get this try it first thing, and my bosso, I'm going to say gifted this to me, although he hasn't said it, he just handed it to me. So, here we go. Phantom ELIXIR. Let me read you the instructions. So, it has a marine accord. Okay. So, to me, a marine accord is slightly salty sea sort of vibes. You know, I don't entirely get that, but maybe, okay, no, I'm going to say, to me, I don't particularly think that the marine accord is a massive vibe in this one. And then, the second ingredient on the list is mineral ode. Mineral ode. Now, that, my friends, that I believe is what gives me personally the incense kind of vibe. Now, I think Paco Rabanne are dabbling in a few sort of weird and wacky sort of fragrance notes. I mean, what about Invictus perfume with that black soap note? Honestly, I am still trying to get to grips with black soap. Now, in this one, we've got mineral ode. So, it's kind of like a mineral wood. Right, I'm going to say this one has puzzled me, but only in terms of the notes. In terms of the actual smell, let me tell you, it's incredibly wearable. It's kind of sexy. It has a slight freshness, but realistically, it's a very rich kind of very sort of expensive smelling kind of fragrance. And then the third ingredient on the list on this little ding dong says vanilla bean. Now that, my friends, that is common throughout. That is the thread, if you like, that runs through all of these. Now I still get lavender in this one, and I don't know, there's no mention of lavender, but I still get the lavender. In fact, I'll be honest with you, the moment you smell Phantom ELIXIR Perfume Intense, you go, you know what, that sort of reminds me of Phantom, more so the satin black one, okay, not so much the original EDT. Okay, so these are all, you know, this is clever perfumery because they've come up with an original idea, and I'm going to say it is original because it's not like anything else I've got in my fragrance collection. And then they've just sort of panned out a little bit, and they've just dabbled. I mean, they've gone the obvious sort of sexy amber route, they've gone the obvious sort of making it stronger and deeper sort of thing and longer lasting, and now they've gone elixir. Now I suppose a lot of fragrances, when it becomes elixir, say for example Boss Bottle, they just dumped a load of incense. And I say, if I hadn't looked up the notes, I would say that that's what they've done with this. But it's not. It's this mineral ode. Now I've never smelt mineral ode before, and I don't really know what mineral ode is. I mean, to me a mineral is like a little crystal or something, and then ode is like a wood, so how the two are related, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Okay, so who could wear this fragrance? Anyone really. Man, you're so helpful, Leggy. Alright, calm down, I'm trying to do my best here. So, I wouldn't particularly say that this is necessarily a teenage fragrance. It does have a maturity to it. And I've said before, this is perhaps for the slightly cooler weather, okay? It hasn't got to be stone, it hasn't got to be like icy cold, it hasn't got to be cold, damp, mid of the winter. But the slightly cooler months, this would be suitable for. Heat wave, hot months, perhaps not. In terms of how old you can be when you wear it, you know what, there's no upper limit. That's obvious, isn't it, really? Oh, man. In terms of what occasion, this would be suitable in the office. This perhaps isn't really a gym sort of fragrance. It doesn't have the sporty vibes. Whereas I would say that that is a kind of gym fragrance because it has that sort of energetic well-being sort of thing about it. Okay, this has got that sort of vibe, but it's very much toned down with this incensey kind of vibe over the top. Okay, so it doesn't sort of shout energy, it doesn't sort of shout sort of youthfulness. This does have a maturity to it, and it comes across as a very smooth sort of it comes across as a guy who's well sorted, you know, a slightly older guy who's quite well sorted in life. Okay, now performance. Like I say, the one out of all of them that really kicks off my skin is the original EDT, but it does burn itself out a little bit early. The Perfume and the Intense, those sit a lot closer, but they go for longer. Now, what about the Elixir? This sort of slots into the same category as the Intense and the Perfume. It's not a wild projection. I'm going to say that it radiates off you in a classy kind of way for around about 2 hours. I'm not going to use the word I'm not going to use the word wild projection. You're going to say, Leggy, that's 2 words. All right, it's like, cut me some slack. Okay, not wild projection, just a sort of a classy radiation. Okay, now, how long does it do that for? 2 hours, 2.5 sometimes. Let me tell you though, the good thing about this and the Perfume and the Intense is that you oh, this camera's weird because it's all in reverse. Okay, you, my friends, as the wearer, you smell it all day long. Okay, that's So sometimes that's good enough for me. The fact that me as a wearer, as the guy who sprayed it, can enjoy it all day long. On clothes, this is there the next day. On skin, it's kind of almost there the next day. You have to really put sort of like that sort of thing, and you will just about get it. Okay, so it's not the most phenomenal performance, but it's a slow burn. Okay, you know, projection, no, more of a radiation. In terms of after the 2.5 hours of that radiation, then it does sit really quite close, and just as you heat up, then you can feel as though it's radiating off you, and it maybe does that for another 2, sometimes 3 hours. Okay, so it's not quite an all-day fragrance in terms of it radiating off you, but in terms of you as the wearer, you will smell this all day long. So that's a massive result for me. Okay. What about the value for money? Man, £113 for the 100ml. You can also buy the 150ml, which has the screw cap, like the Intense I've got, and like the other ones I've got. And you can buy then a 200ml top up and top it up, so slightly better value there. Would I recommend it? Now, this is an awkward question. In terms of a fragrance, it is gorgeous. It's so well put together. It's a seamless, classy blend of phantom vibe with incense. No, mineral oud. Would I recommend it? Yes, I absolutely would. If you're a phantom fan, yes, just, you know, go for it. If you're not particularly a phantom fan, but you like the Parfum because it's a lot smoother and much more wearable, then you're going to enjoy this because it's a twist on the Parfum, if you like. But realistically, could I recommend it at that price? You know, £113. It is not good value for money. So this is my hand on heart, not shoulder, hand on heart recommendation. Yes, it's well worth having in the collection, and you'll find plenty of opportunity to wear it, because it's very addictive. And it's the thing that makes it addictive is the vanilla, as indeed all of these. The vanilla is that keeps you wanting to smell it. Okay, but at £113, that's the launch price. I'm guessing, give it 6 months, give it 12 months, and this will be in some kind of offer. You know, it might be sort of down to sort of £90, £80. At that point, I would suggest you buy it. But the £113 is just a little bit steep. Now, have you finished your beer? Have you finished your popcorn? Because I'm going to go now. Hopefully you've finished them, and hopefully you've stayed for the whole of this review, because I do appreciate it. Now, I'm not selling you anything. This channel's not monetized. I'm just a crazy random guy with a massive collection of fragrances. You will always be welcome at this channel, my friends, and you will always go away, hopefully with a smile on your face, and hopefully with a thought saying, you know what, Leggy's right. I have got to spray a fragrance every single day. So I'm going to go now, and look, I'm going to put the cursor right by that stop button, the off button. So okay, I'm ready for this one. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Just down there, there's a little picture of a thumb. If you click it, it goes like that and it changes colour. Please click that. I so much appreciate thumbs up. Thumbs up, keep me going, my friends. Thank you very much. Okay, if you would come back for the next one, I would really appreciate that. In the meantime, though, please stay safe. But you know, the reason why I'm here is to inspire you. I need you to promise me that you will take a good fragrance, for example this one. Look, bosso, I'm going to spray the real thing, not just my 10ml little vial thing. I'm going to spray this, okay? I've already sprayed it twice on my arm. I'm going to spray it. Let me show you what you need to do every single day before you even leave your front door, or if you're staying at home while you're still in the bedroom or the bathroom. It's so much better with a fragrance. My friends, let me tell you from my experience, let me pass these words on to you. You will have so much better a day wearing a fragrance. That's it. I'm done. I'll see you next time, and goodbye. Oh no, I got the wrong one. That's pause. Oh no, stop.